All right, my guest today is a major contributor to the growth and expansion of two Philadelphia institutions, major brands you've probably heard of in the Philadelphia area. The guy I have on today, he is at the helm of the number one sports bar, rated by ESPN at one point, the first and only official sports bar of the Philadelphia Eagles, the creators of the world famous crab fries. I have the president and COO of Chickies and Pete's, Mr. Roger Falloon. Roger, thanks for coming on.
My pleasure, Pat. Thanks for having me. And with that introduction, go Birds. Let's just start with that.
I wore black. I'm a Jags fan through and through. I'm a Gen Jag from day one. So I wore black. I thought that was, as neutral as we could get. So
Well, with this year, we're both wearing black. So
that's right. I wasn't going to talk about Saquon, but since we're here from last season, he did make the Jags at least nationally known for that terrible season when he jumped over. That was a pretty amazing thing. So I do have a special appreciation for the Eagles and Saquon in that. But yeah, Jags are on the rise and Eagles are continuing to do their thing. So again, thank you for coming on. As we get ready to launch season 2 of Two Types of People, get ready for the book launch. We wanted to bring in some really special guests to me, both contributors in the book, people that I've mentioned, people that I've had as part of my life, really since the beginning. And John Bissell was actually my very first marketing client over 20 years ago. We had him on. I'm not going to spoil what his answer was, but we want to bring in people that are in his world that are very tied to who he is personally, professionally. So I said, John, who do you have? He said, well, Holy Family University, I've got plenty of people, and right away said, I got a guy for you. So, Roger, thank you again for coming on and just for being a part of this.
my pleasure. John's a great man, and look forward to seeing that full episode with him as well.
It'll come out 2 days after we drop this, live for everyone else. So you're going to be the teaser setting it up. So, well, without further ado, Roger, let's get into it. There are two types of people in this world. What are they?
Two types of people in this world are yes people and no people. And yes people are people that their mindset is yes is the answer. Now, what is the question? So regardless of what that question is or what you need from those people, those people are going to be there. They're going to say yes. They're going to have your back regardless of what you need from them. No people are people that, are going to take a little bit of time maybe to think about it. They're not going to give you that immediate yes. They might say yes eventually, but, they might say no as well. They're a little bit more reserved, a little bit closer to the vest. And, my recommendation is to be a yes person.
I love that. It's about community. It's about getting together with people, and it's about finding common ground, right? It's about the people that you can go into battle with, and how we're going to get there. Not quite sure yet, but we know that we're going to get there together.
100%.
I love that, Roger.
People that you can rely on.
I love it. Well, if you don't mind, I've got a few other ones a little bit tied to you. So a few, we'll call them two types. Maybe it's a this or that. But all right, speaking of crab fries, are you a guy that's going to throw the ketchup right on top, or are you on the side and we're going to dip them?
Well, crab fries, there's only one dipping that goes with crab fries, and that's our famous white creamy cheese sauce. That's what crab fries are meant to be dipped in. There are some people that like to dip it on the side, ketchup on the side with their crab fries. And if you really want to get extravagant, mix that white creamy cheese sauce with the ketchup and then dip the crab fries in that. And that's a unique experience right there.
There we go. All right. And you can do that I know the Philadelphia airport. I've had them there. I know there's plenty of places. We might as well get there right now. We'll just break in that whole thing. Let's tell the folks a little bit about Chickies and Pete's. It's exploding like crazy, but certainly an institution in Philadelphia for a long, long time. So let's tell them what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a crab house and sports bar. We've been around for almost 50 years. Started as a corner bar in the Mayfair neighborhood of Philadelphia, which is the neighborhood that I grew up in. I actually grew up one block over from the original. So very fortunate to have seen the growth and success, not only in my time here, but also before my time at Chickies and Pete's. What really makes us unique and different is our menu. You mentioned our world famous crab fries. We have the best mussels red, I would say, in the country. We have some really unique items. We have a lobster pizza. We have a lobster cheesesteak. Again, the mussels red, our snow crabs. We have delicious homemade sauces that we make daily in each of our locations. Our red sauce, our white sauce, our crab juice. That's what really makes us different, right? You know, you think about sports bars, you think about cold beer, you think about a lot of TVs. Well, guess what? Anybody can do that, right? But what everybody can't do is sell crab fries and a lot of those other unique items. So, you know, I've been here for 15 years, been very fortunate to see a lot of growth during my time here. We have 15 full service locations, most of which are in and around the Philadelphia area. But then we also have a number of other locations that are more in stadiums, arenas, theme parks, casinos around the country as well. So the brand has really grown from a Philadelphia institution to much more than that. And we look forward to continue to bring, you know, guests in and around the area, those delicious, unique items they can only get at Chickies and Pete's.
That is awesome. If you go on their site, I was looking around, you know, again, I've knew you guys when John brought it up, traveling around and going through the airport, going through the timeline on your website's great, just to see not only the milestones for, you know, for Chickies and Pete's, but just as Philadelphia as a city. So I want to ask you, in the 15 years that you've been there, what has been the number one highlight of your time and tenure at Chickies and Pete's?
Super Bowl, and two of them. You know, there's nothing better than the Super Bowl experience. You know, Philadelphia is a sports crazed city. And to get that first one, you know, the 2017 season at the beginning of 2018 was definitely memorable. And then to get one, you know, a couple years ago now, or a year ago now, was absolutely amazing. You know, the parade day down in our South Philly location, with just, you know, amazing community experience. You know, had the ability to be down there with my family and celebrate with my family and fans, you know, at 7 a.m. On a Friday last year, was really an amazing experience, and, you know, certainly one that I'll never forget.
That must have been incredible. Again, we're waiting for that kind of fanfare here in Duval, but never know. Hey, and you should open one up. You know, we got plenty of new expansion going on down at the riverfront. Let's go.
That's right. We'll have to take a look. We'll have to take a look.
All right. Well, I've got two more questions for you, Roger. And again, thank you for coming on. And I know John is very appreciative as well. This whole project, and especially the show, the podcast, are affiliated and spin-off shows of the Determined Society with Sean French, one of the top shows in the country. And so I wanted to ask you one of our main questions, which is determination. And people can define that in a bunch of different ways. But to you and your experience, what does determination mean to you?
Determination to me is the ability to reach the goal, regardless of the obstacles that are put in front of you along the way.
Love that. I love that. Thank you. That's going to be a clip for sure, Roger. That's going to be a clip for sure. All right, the last one. This is one of my favorites. I was telling you before we jumped on real quickly. The way this started, Sean Fletcher and I were talking, both D1 baseball players, said, "Hey, buddy, what was your walk-up song?" "Oh, this. And we started talking about that. And we got into this conversation of the way music fuels life and how strong it can attach to a memory, a specific time period in your life, whatever that is. So we started The Frequency, is what we call it, on Spotify. So it's a playlist you can go out and follow along. And we put the bangers, the hype songs of all of our guests. So Roger, I want to know, you know, if you're bottom of the ninth, you're coming up for the Phillies, bases loaded, what song is pumping through the stadium?
So I am a huge Pearl Jam fan. I have seen Pearl Jam over 35 times live in concert.
Come on.
And there is only one answer for me, and that is Alive by Pearl Jam. Because in that scenario, bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, to hear that song pumping, it is just the testament to being alive, right? Like the blood would be pumping, and to hear that song would be awesome.
That is a great answer. 35 times?
Oh yeah, and I would see them again tomorrow. If they're here, I'm going. I'm going.
That is incredible. I love that. I love that so much. That's why we do this. Now I know every time I'm at the gym and that song comes playing into the shuffle on that playlist, I'll know exactly this conversation, Roger. So
There you go.
yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for answering the two types of people. Thank you for contributing to John's episode coming up here. And thank you for telling us a little bit about Chickies and Pete's. If you are in the area, folks, please go. Oh, my goodness, you're talking about lobster pizza? I'm in, buddy.
There you go. We'll have one waiting for you.
Awesome. Thanks again.
You got it. Thanks, Pat.